Marcus Aurelius was one of the most revered Roman emperors who believed in placing his empire before everything else. He served as the last emperor of the Pax Romana, an age of relative stability and peace in the Roman Empire. An eager follower of Stoicism, his philosophical ideals and writings were compiled and preserved in a diary for over 10 years. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. We shrink from change, yet is there anything that can come into being without it? When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. No one can lose either the past or the future. How could anyone be deprived of what he does not possess? Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars and see yourself running with them. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in thought, for the human spirit is colored by such impressions. I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinions of himself than on the opinions of others. Enter their minds, and you'll find the judges you're so afraid of and how judiciously they judge themselves. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I'm about to criticize? Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. Let not your mind run on what you lack as much as on what you have already. If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed. It is the person who continues in his self-deception and ignorance who is harmed. Be content with what you are and wish not change, nor dread your last day, nor long for it. Observe always that everything is the result of change, and get used to thinking that there is nothing nature loves so well as to change existing forms and make new ones like them. Whatever time you choose is the right time, not late, not early. Understand at last that you have something in you more powerful and divine than what causes the bodily passions and pulls you like a mere puppet. What thoughts now occupy my mind? Is it not fear, suspicion, desire, or something like that? The happiness of those who want to be popular depends on others. The happiness of those who seek pleasure fluctuates with moods outside their control, but the happiness of the wise grows out of their own free acts. The spiritual meaning of love is measured by what it can do. Love is meant to heal. Love is meant to renew. Love is meant to bring us closer to God. Stop wandering about. You aren't likely to read your own notebooks, or ancient histories, or the anthologies you've collected to enjoy in your old age. Get busy with life's purpose. Toss aside empty hopes. Get active in your own rescue if you care for yourself at all, and do it while you can. When you start to lose your temper, remember there's nothing manly about rage. It's courtesy and kindness that define a human being and a man. That's who possesses strength and nerves and guts, not the angry whiners. Everything is interwoven and the web is holy. None of its parts are unconnected. They are composed harmoniously, and together they compose the world. One world made up of all things, one divinity present in them all. Failure to read what is happening in another's soul is not easily seen as a cause of unhappiness, but those who fail to attend to the motions of their own soul are necessarily unhappy. Change. Nothing inherently bad in the process, nothing inherently good in the result. regain your senses, call yourself back, and once again wake up. Now that you realize that only dreams were troubling you, view this reality as you view your dreams. Meditate upon what you ought to be in body and soul when death overtakes you. Meditate on the brevity of life and the measureless gulf of eternity behind it and before, and upon the frailty of everything material. Then what should we work for? Only this: proper understanding, unselfish action, truthful speech, a resolve to accept whatever happens as necessary and familiar, flowing like water from that same source and spring. Let no act be done without a purpose, nor otherwise than according to the perfect principles of art. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. And as for death, if there be any gods, it is no grievous thing to leave the society of men. Death is a release from the impressions of the senses, and from desires that make us their puppets, and from the vagaries of the mind, and from the hard service of the flesh. In no great while, you will be no one and nowhere, and nothing that you now behold will be in existence, nor will anyone now alive. For it is in the nature of all things to change and alter and perish, so that others may arise in their turn. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. Your days are numbered. Use them to throw open the windows of your soul to the sun. If you do not, the sun will soon set, and you with it. You have been formed of 3 parts: body, breath, and mind. Of these, the first 2 are yours insofar as they are only in your care. The third alone is truly yours. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, because an artful life requires being prepared to meet and withstand sudden and unexpected attacks. But death and life, success and failure, pain and pleasure, wealth and poverty, all these happen to good and bad alike, and they are neither noble nor shameful, and hence neither good nor bad. Soon you'll be ashes or bones, a mere name at most, and even that is just a sound, an echo. The things we want in life are empty, stale, trivial. As for life, therefore, and death, honor and dishonor, labor and pleasure, riches and poverty, all these things happen unto men indeed, both good and bad, equally, but as things which of themselves are neither good nor bad, because of themselves, neither shameful nor praiseworthy. You may leave this life at any moment. Have this possibility in your mind in all that you do or say or think. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. What doesn't transmit light creates its own darkness. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. Don't pay attention to other people's minds. Look straight ahead, where nature is leading you, nature in general, through the things that happen to you, and your own nature, through your own actions. In a little while, you will have forgotten everything. In a little while, everything will have forgotten you. The mind freed from passions is an impenetrable fortress. A person has no more secure place of refuge for all time. The Stoic discovers the model for his virtuous conduct in studying the laws of nature. Just as each object, plant and animal, serves its fated role in the larger order, so the human strives to steer his actions in accordance with his unique power, reason, his inner mirror of the logos that governs the universe.